Gary and his mother Betty having arrived in Branson, the 300-mile journey coming to a conclusion, their first precept was to check in at the Quality Inn, the hosting accommodations for their 3 nights lodging in this community of 6,000. Achieving their ambition, the late afternoon still prevailing for an introspection drive to discover the compilation of this small bastion of American music. The first theater was built in 1967 by the Presley family, featuring country stars like Red Foley, Slim Whitman, and the Sons of the Pioneers, performing with the Presley family Jubilee at their Mountain Music Theater. The celebrated Roy Clark abiding as the first of many national renown entertainers to discover Branson, initiating his country venue in 1983 with the opening of the Roy Clark Theater. The Wilsons concluding an entreaty evening meal, the 2 outbound for their first showcase presentation, a 7 o'clock performance by Andy Williams at his acclaimed Moon River Theater. The advent of the theater was inaugurated May 1, 1992, with Andy Williams being the first non-country entertainer to build a platform for performance in Branson. The Moon River Theater was more than an auditorium, a citadel encompassing 3 lobbies, the indoor plants decor in keeping with its magnificent grounds. The landscapers employing the outcropping of rocks to enfold waterfalls, koi-filled ponds, ferns, and trees, all native to the Ozarks and accessible to the public. The Wilsons seated in the impressive 2,000 capacity accommodation waiting with anticipation, Gary very much impressed as the curtain opened. Andy Williams welcoming the bristling attendants, and as was the custom in all Branson show arenas, giving recognition to different sections of the tour bus audience, mentioning their state and cities of embarkation. Gary estimating that 2/3 of the tourists amassing in Branson, arrived by bus as patrons of a tour. The wonder of Andy Williams was everything expected, Gary finding the only surprising feature was his physical stature of 5'6" wearing platform shoes. Williams singing many of his 18 gold recorded vocal expressions, including 2 of Gary's favorites from the 50s, Canadian Sunset and Lonely Street. Gary and his mother impressed by the astounding performance, making a note to return during the delight hours and apprehend the scenic grounds of this prodigious theater. Saturday afternoon, the couple awaiting the 2:00 p.m. Remington Theater's production of Branson City Lights to commence, the 2 having returned from exploring Andy Williams' Moon River argillaceous location. The Branson City Lights program at the Remington was unconventional, a ceremonious ice extravaganza musical presentation. The use of ice a preview of a new forum for Branson. With the conclusion of the program, the visitors prospecting the downtown memorabilia shops, Gary purchasing a keepsake shirt embossed with the name Branson. The evening endeavor at the Grand Palace approaching, the structure built in 1992 at cost of $13 million, the largest and most luxurious theater in Branson, seating over 4,000, Gary was totally inculcated with the grandiose of the Grand Palace, but had no knowledge of the skill of pianist Dino Carson Narkis, except that some said he was a poor man's Yanni and others asserting he was a Christian Liberace because of his apparel, jewelry, and scintillating piano. A brief biography discovering the virtuoso began playing at the age of 3 and was a student of the Juilliard School of Music. Gary and his mother seated, Dino coming on stage asking for a volunteer to join him at the piano. A name was given him, Camille, the pianist trying to coax her to come on stage, but to no avail. Gary's mother, Harolbo jabbing him, beseeching him to volunteer, Gary rising.
Well, what is your name, hon? Tell me what your name is. Camille, is that her name? Are you her manager? I don't see Camille. Where is she sitting? She's under the seat. Camille, come on. Come on, Camille. Or someone come up here. I don't care, Camille, whoever. I want someone to play the piano. Come on, we're going to do it together. It's going to be so... Is there anybody? Wait a minute. Okay, who's over here? Someone is pointing over here. Come on, come out here. Yeah, all right. We got a Mr. Camille here. Yes, sir. Come on out here. How long have you played the piano? Most of your life. You play by ear. Well, you want to do something? I do too. So come on, we're going to make a good team. Great team. What is your name?
Gary Wilson.
Gary Wilson. First of all, how are you guys doing? Good? Where are you from?
I'm from Edmond, Oklahoma.
Edmond, Oklahoma. Very, very nice. Do you know that lady?
No.
Yeah, you were sitting too far. So anyway, your name again is?
Gary.
Gary. Come on up here, Gary. Come on. You're a good sport. Give Gary a big hand, would you please? Gary. Just stand here a second, okay? So where do you play?
I don't anymore.
You don't anymore?
Not anymore.
Okay.
No, I play by myself.
Just at home you play, right? Well, when you did play, did you play in church or anywhere? Or
I played with a rock band for about 15 years.
oh, with the rock band. Cool. All right. Okay, let's see if you recognize this music. There are 3 songs. The first one is Put Another Nickel In.
Okay.
You've heard it?
Yeah.
Great. The second one is 12th Street Rag.
Yes.
Ooh, I got me a good one. Third one is When the Saints Go Marching In.
Yes.
Sure. Come on, give him a big hand, would you please? Come on up here. All right, Gary, let's go. Just stand right there. We're going to rehearse a little bit, Gary. Can you believe you're here on stage at the Grand Palace? How do you like my piano? It's for sale. I'm only kidding. Okay, Gary. This arrangement is based on repeat. In other words, I'm going to play a few notes, and I'd like you to repeat them after me, okay? So let's rehearse a little bit. Here we go. Good. Yeah, Gary's going to be good. Hey, guys, hit it, please. Come on, let's go for it. Give him another big hand, would you, please? All right, Gary, stand up a second. Let me show you how we're going to start. Let me show you.
I'm going to play the first one.
It goes like this. Right. Amen. Go ahead, go for it. Here we go. All right, yes. Woo, Gary. Look at that. Give me rhythm. Here we go. Take off. Come on, go for it. Zip it. Watch. In the key of C. Rhythm. Here we go. Yeah. Terrific. You're doing very well. Oh, you're great. This fun? Sit up here, Gary, now. When the Saints go marching in the key of G. Woo, yes! Go for it. Do anything you want. Come on, here we go. Woo, yes! ovation. Take another bow. Look, we love it. Isn't he terrific? Gary, come here, come here. Oh, listen. Now, let's settle something real quick, because not everybody stood up, because some of them thought that you were a plant. Believe me, after the show, I get people coming to me and say, oh, that was a plant. That was a plant. Now, tell me the truth. Tell them the truth. Did we rehearse?
No, we didn't.
Have we ever met before?
Never.
Never. First time. Well, let me tell you, you did a wonderful job. And because you did because he did such a wonderful job, I've got some gifts for you. You like gifts? This is your piano. Only teasing. Okay, wait right there. I'm coming back with your gifts. All right. Whew, that was terrific.
Before leaving the stage, Dino presenting Gary with a gift certificate and a videotape of their performance together. On their short return journey to their place of abode, discovering a nearby Ruby Tuesday bar and grill less than 2 blocks from the Quality Inn, Gary's mother desiring to stop for a snack and a nightcap of her favorite beverage, the bartender familiar with the Kahlua configuration called a separator, and it wasn't long before the eldest Wilson enthralled the customers with her conversation. The Wilsons' morning appetite being secured, the Quality Inn having room coffee makers, and provided pastries conveniently displayed on a table outside each building complex. The two deciding to return to the majestic Grand Palace, to experience its captivating aura and peregrinate the areas open to the public. The Branson Belle showboat awaited, with a 11 o'clock cast-off time for the lunch and dinner cruise. Boarding the paddle-wheeled Queen of Table Lake, the showboat was underway, commencing their 2-hour dinner cruise. The reservation slips denoting the Wilsons' seating, a balcony dining provision looking down upon the prestigious stage, the view enabling one to experience the ambience of a bygone era. The sound of music filling the exposition dining room, show tunes from the Broadway music of a past generation, an appreciative compliment to the 3-course meal being served. A final accomplishment, Gary and his mother traversing to the upper deck, entering the wheelhouse, the two introducing themselves to the captain. Gary finding the lake expedition, the music and meal gratifying, especially in the company of his mother, whom was like-minded in sharing the aura of the experience. A 3 o'clock afternoon calling, the two arriving at Bobby Vinton's Blue Velvet Theater, appropriately named. Entering the lobby, one could not help but notice the decor. The ceiling was flourished with clouds and cherubs, the carpet, the walls all in blue, one realizing that Bobby savored the color that brought him to stardom. The stage hosting a seating area for the Glenn Miller Arrangement Orchestra, and as always an introduction and a recognition given to the tour bus groups, Bobby upholding the Branson tradition. The 1960s entertainer was an extraordinary showman, his enthusiasm bursting forth, Gary admiring his dedication for an afternoon performance. The vocalizing of the song Blue Velvet bringing back memories. The last time Gary performed the song was in 1963 with a group from Chicago called Bobby and the Runaways. The playing of the Polish air, Melody of Love, brought the rhythmic hand clapping, the audience coming alive with their participation. Continuing on with microphone in hand, progressing up the aisles, stopping beside Gary's mother's aisle seat, kneeling beside her singing his hit, Roses Are Red, the matriarch of the Wilsons enjoying every minute of it. The concluding entertainment presentation for Gary and his mother's Branson adventure was an 8 o'clock p.m. participation at the Jim Stafford Theater. Jim was an icon, a comedian, singer, and a musician, having been a regular performer on the 1960s Smothers Brother hit television program, as well as the Smothers Brothers head writer and producer. Gary's recollection recalling only one song by Jim Stafford, recorded in 1966, Spider and Snakes, topping Billboard as the #3 song in the nation. Jim's theater production of the song was something out of the Twilight Zone. A hologram machine transported images of spiders and snakes out into the audience, Gary never having experienced an event with such visual reality. Spiders and snakes floated right before one's eyes, finding most members of the audience reaching out, trying to grasp the visionary perception. The country venue of music was a welcome sound, giving evidence that country music still reigned king in the realm of Branson. The evening event concluding, Gary traversing the Buick towards Ruby Tuesday for a farewell toast to Branson. The morning found Gary and his mother bidding a forlorn adieu to Branson, Gary directing the Skylark northwest to intercept Interstate 44 and the Will Rogers Turnpike, continuing a southwesterly journey to Tulsa, a lunch stop, then apprehending the Turner Turnpike to Oklahoma City. Gary and his mother arriving at the home of his daughter and son-in-law Chris and Marlo Denton, Grandma Wilson to return to California on a flight from Oklahoma City. Gary returning to Kiowa, bidding his love to his mother and the time they spent together, a memory to be never forgotten.